So I first read Self-Reliance by Emerson 6 years ago. And the first time I read it, it floored me. I did not know words could be so powerful until I read this essay. This is my original copy. It's all battered. You can see in the margins, I even wrote, this is so much more powerful than any TED Talk or quote on the internet. It just seemed like of a different substance than anything else I had read at the time. So today I'd like to share some of my favorite excerpts from Self-Reliance by Ralph Waldo Emerson. To believe your own thought, to believe that what is true for you in your private heart is true for all men, that is genius. In every work of genius, we recognize our own rejected thoughts. They come back to us with a certain alienated majesty. The power which resides in you is new in nature. None but you knows what it is which you can do, nor do you know until you have tried. Not for nothing, one face, one character, one fact, one impression makes much impression on you and another none. Third quote, it is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after our own. But the great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude. Fourth quote, for nonconformity, the world whips you with its displeasure. The sour faces of the multitude, like their sweet faces, have no deep cause, but are put on and off as the wind blows and as a newspaper directs. So those past two quotes I used in a what is it called? Table topic Toastmaster speech. Won this competition at my office from referencing those two quotes. Anyways, fifth quote, we pass for what we are. Character teaches above our wills. Men imagine that they communicate their virtue or vice only by overt actions. They do not see that virtue or vice emit a breath at every moment. Your genuine action will explain itself and will explain your other genuine actions. Your conformity explains nothing. Act singly, and what you have already done singly will justify you now. The force of character is cumulative. Next quote. Let us affront and reprimand the smooth mediocrity and squalid contentment of the times, and hurl in the face of custom and trade and office. A true man belongs to no other time or place, but is the center of things. Where he is, there is nature. Every true man is a cause, a country, an age, requires infinite spaces and numbers and time fully to accomplish his design. Character reality reminds you of nothing else. It takes place of the whole creation. The man must be so much that he makes all circumstances indifferent. If I see a trait, my children will see it after me, and in course of time, all mankind, although it may chance that no one has seen it before me, for my perception of it is a fact of the sun. Life only avails, not the having lived. This one fact the world hates, that the soul becomes, for that forever degrades the past. It's one of my absolute favorites. The power men possess to annoy me, I give them by a weak curiosity. No man can come near me but through my act. I must be myself. I will not hide my tastes and aversions. If you are noble, I will love you. If you are not, I will not hurt you and myself by hypocritical attentions. It is like your interest and mine and all men's, however long we have dwelt in lives, to live in truth. Couple more. Another sort of false prayers are our regrets. Discontent is the want of self-reliance. It is infirmity of will. Next quote. Insist on yourself, never imitate. That which each can do best, none but his maker can teach him. Your own gift can present every moment with the cumulative force of whole life's cultivation. Every great man is unique. No man yet knows what it is till he has exhibited it. Shakespeare will never be made by the study of Shakespeare. And the final quote, every new mind is a new classification. If they are honest and do well, the immortal light, all young and joyful, millions orbed, million colored, will beam over the universe as on the first morning. Another book I read said that the purpose of the American transcendentalists, Emerson, Thoreau, others, was to inspire, to fill you with this overwhelming sense of self, of purpose, that you have something new to say. They were working in the context of, American thinking was heavily influenced by Europe in the early 19th century. And Emerson, Thoreau, Whitman, others said, no, we have something to say. What we have to say matters. It is unique. And we don't need to listen to what other people think or kind of be derivative of others. And that is such an inspiring message, particularly in an age where it's so easy to conform and to just go along in this age of dependence with what everybody else is doing, but to stand up and say, no, I've got something to say, and the power in me is new in nature. It's the most inspiring message. One of the most inspiring messages, certainly, that I've ever heard. So absolutely recommend Self-Reliance by Emerson.